My sister posted, "Family movie night with the kids who deserve treats." Every cousin was there, except my son. He was 10. At home, we weren't invited. He saw the post, asked, "What did I do?" I said, "Nothing, baby." Rented out a private movie theater. $3,400. Invited his friends, 30 kids, posted everything. When her kids saw it and asked why they weren't invited, my son John was on the couch with his knees up controller in his lap, pretending the TV was interesting. It was 8:41 p.m. on a Friday. I remember because the microwave clock was blinking again and I hadn't fixed it, so I had set a timer on my phone. Same routine, same quiet. Then my phone buzzed. A Facebook post. My sister Megan. Big smiling photo. Popcorn buckets. Kids piled on couches. The caption, "Family movie night with the kids who deserve treats." Every cousin was there except my son. He was 10 at home with me, not invited. John's head tilted the way it does when he's trying to understand something that doesn't match the rules he's been taught. "Mom," he said. I tried to keep my face normal, like weather, like it wasn't about to turn. He picked up my phone because I'd set it down on the coffee table without thinking. He scrolled. I watched his eyes move. I watched his throat work like he swallowed something too big. He didn't cry. That would have been easier. He just stared like the room got colder. "Why am I not there?" he asked. I opened my mouth and nothing came out at first. In the post, I could see Megan's living room. I recognized the throw blanket I gave her for Christmas. I could see my mom's hand in one corner holding a soda. I could see my niece Riley holding up candy like a trophy. And I could see the tagless cousins, aunts, uncles. Not me, not John. John's voice got smaller. "Did I do something?" My mouth went dry. "No," I said fast. Too fast. He looked at me, searching my face like it was a map. "What did I do?" he asked again, softer, like maybe I had heard him wrong the first time. I felt my body react before my brain caught up. Cold hands, tight chest, my teeth pressed together. "I didn't do anything," he whispered like he was trying to convince himself. I took the phone gently out of his hands. I sat next to him close enough that our shoulders touched. "Nothing, baby," I said. "You did nothing." He blinked hard. Once, twice. "Then why—" "I don't know," I said, and it tasted like metal. "But it's not you." He stared at the TV again, but he wasn't seeing it. And that's when I realized something very clear. Megan didn't just forget. She chose. She chose to post it too. Not a group text, not a call. A public little sign that said, "These kids count, that one doesn't." John's voice went quiet, like he'd stepped back inside himself. "Okay," he said. And the fact that he said "okay" made something in my chest crack. I didn't scream. I didn't call her. I opened my notes app and typed 3 words, "private theater rental." Then I said out loud, calm enough to scare myself, "Hey, bud." He looked at me. "Do you want to invite your friends to a movie night?" His eyes flickered. Hope. Cautious. Pain still there. "Like for real?" he asked. "For real," I said. He swallowed. "How many?" I looked at the post again. Counted heads. My brain counted the way it does when it's trying not to fall apart. Then I said, "As many as you want." John stared at me like I was offering him oxygen, and I picked up my purse. Because I didn't scream. I did the one thing my sister understands. I spent money where she wanted control. I'm Bonnie. I'm 34. I work in HR for a medical supply company in Plano, Texas. I'm the reliable one in the family, which is a polite way of saying I've been trained to make everything easy for everyone else. Megan is 37. She's my older sister and my mom's favorite project. Megan has 3 kids, 2 girls and a boy. They're loud, adored constantly. So fun. I have one John. Quiet, observant. The kid who says please without being reminded and still gets overlooked. The family narrative is always the same. Family helps. Don't be sensitive. Let it go. And the biggest one, don't make a scene. Megan runs it like she owns the family calendar. Holidays, birthdays, gatherings. If she plans it, it's family. If she doesn't, it's just something you did. I used to swallow it because I thought it was temporary. I thought once John got older, once he became easier, once I proved I wasn't difficult, it would smooth out. It didn't. 3 incidents burned it into me. 1. John was 6. Megan hosted a backyard barbecue. I brought fruit chips, the good juice boxes. Megan's daughter spilled a full cup of lemonade on John's hoodie. John didn't yell. He didn't shove. He just stood there soaked. Megan looked at him and said, "See, this is why I like my kids. They're not weird about stuff." John blinked and said, "I'm not weird." Megan laughed like he'd told a joke. "Okay, sweetie." My mom told me later, "She didn't mean it. Don't make it into something." John stopped wearing that hoodie. 2. John was 8. Family trip to the zoo. Megan bought matching shirts for the cousins. She handed them out in the parking lot. Blue shirts with little animals. Megan's kids got them. My niece got them. My nephew got them. John watched waiting. Megan glanced at him and said, "Oh, I didn't get one in his size." She didn't even pretend to look sorry. I said, "He's 8. He wears a medium." Megan shrugged. "Well, it's fine. He can just wear whatever." John spent the day walking behind everyone, hands in his pockets like he was trying not to take up space. That night in the hotel, he asked me, "Am I not a cousin?" I said, "You are." He said, "Then why am I always extra?" I didn't have an answer that didn't poison something. 3. Last Christmas, Megan did the kids' gift exchange. She had everyone bring one special gift for a cousin. We drew names. John drew Riley. He spent his own allowance, $22.17 at Target. I know because I still have the receipt in my email. He bought her a squishmallow she'd been talking about for weeks. Riley opened it and screamed like it was the best thing she'd ever seen. John glowed just for a second. Then Megan clapped and said, "Okay, now the real gifts." And out came 3 huge bags for Megan's kids' tablets, a bike, some brand-name shoes. John's special gift was a $10 Roblox card from one of Megan's kids who barely looked up from her iPad. John said thank you anyway. On the way home, he stared out the window and said, "Maybe they forgot I'm only one kid." I said, "They didn't forget." Then I lied and added, "They're just busy." That was the pattern. Not one big explosion, just death by 1,000 tiny exclusions. Megan's cruelty always came dressed as reasonable. If I called it out, she'd sigh and say, "Bonnie, don't do this." My mom would back her up. "You're making it awkward." So I stayed small, and John learned how to shrink. He learned to smile when he wasn't included. He learned to say, "It's fine," when it wasn't. And I kept telling myself the line that kept me in it. I thought it was temporary. It wasn't. Because a kid can only hear, "It's not you," so many times before he starts thinking it is. After John saw the post, I did not write Megan a paragraph. I did not ask my mom to mediate. I did not beg for inclusion from people who treat it like a privilege. I opened my laptop and started looking up private theaters. Not a regular movie theater, the kind where you rent a whole room, pick a movie, order food, control the guest list. I found one 20 minutes away, a boutique cinema with a premium event suite. It came with a host, unlimited fountain drinks, popcorn pizza, and an arcade card for each kid. The price made my stomach do a little flip. $3,400 plus tax. My brain did math automatically. Mortgage, groceries, car payment, after-school care. Then my brain did another calculation. "What is it worth to replace that look on my son's face?" I called. "Hello," I said. "I want to book the private theater for next Saturday." The girl on the phone sounded cheerful. "How many guests?" I looked at John, who was sitting at the kitchen table doing homework like nothing happened. 30, I said. When I hung up, I didn't feel triumphant. I felt calm, cold, focused. That night, I sat with John and said, "We're doing movie night." He kept his pencil moving. "Okay. Your friends," I added. "Not cousins, not family politics, your friends." He paused and looked up. "Like Tyler and Dylan?" "Whoever you want," I said. "Make a list." He hesitated. "Is Megan going to be mad?" The fact that my 10-year-old was already managing Megan's emotions made my jaw tighten. "She can feel whatever she wants," I said. "This is for you." John nodded slowly, like he didn't fully trust good things. Then he wrote names carefully, like he was afraid the paper might reject them. I sent invitations to parents, texted details, collected RSVPs. I kept my tone professional. "Hi, John's doing a private movie event next Saturday, 4:00 to 7:00 p.m., food included. Please reply with allergies." Receipts started forming automatically. A folder on my phone. Screenshots of Megan's post. My booking confirmation. The invoice. The guest list. The RSVP thread. The allergy notes. Because when you come from my family, you learn that if you can't prove it, it'll be rewritten. Wave 1 of escalation came fast. Megan called the next morning. I let it ring twice because I didn't want my voice to sound anything other than steady. "Hello." Her tone was light. Too light. "Hey, so, you okay?" "I'm fine," I said. "Mom said you seemed upset last night," she said, like she was gently diagnosing me. "I'm not upset." Silence. Then about the movie night. I didn't answer. Megan sighed. "Bonnie, it was just a little family thing." "You posted it," I said. "Wah." "So," she snapped, dropping the act for a second. Then she recovered. "Look, you're overreacting." "I'm not," I said. John was hurt. Megan did that little laugh, like empathy was a hobby she didn't have time for. "Kids get hurt over everything." "He asked what he did wrong," I said. Megan paused like she didn't like that fact. Then she said the reasonable line, the one that's cruel if you actually hear it. "Well, maybe it'll motivate him to be more involved." My hands went cold. "Be involved in what?" I asked. "You know," she said. He's quiet. He doesn't blend. Blend. Like my son was a stain. I stared at my kitchen counter, at John's handwriting, at the list of friends he'd picked with care. Don't talk about him like he's a problem, I said. Megan's voice sharpened. Don't put words in my mouth. You just did, I said. Then she tried to reframe it as help. We were giving the kids a treat, she said. The kids who have been good, who've been showing up. John shows up, I said. You just don't count him, Megan huffed. Wow, okay, you're being dramatic. I didn't argue. I said, we're done with this conversation, and I hung up. Wave 2 hit when the invitations started circulating. Because parents talk, kids talk. By Tuesday, Megan's kids knew there was a private theater party. They knew there were 30 kids. They knew there was pizza and arcade cards. They asked Megan why they weren't invited. And Megan did what she always does when she feels control slipping. She called my mom, then my mom called me. Bonnie, she said, tired and disappointed, like I'd ruined a rug. Why are you doing this? I'm having a party for John, I said. My mom exhaled. But you're making it look like you're retaliating. I stared at my calendar, at the booking confirmation, at the amount I'd already paid. I'm not retaliating, I said. I'm replacing something Megan took. My mom went quiet. Then she tried the family language. We all decided that movie night was just for the kids who... Stop, I said. My voice was still calm, but it felt like steel. You weren't protecting anyone. You were excluding a 10-year-old. My mom's tone tightened. This is going to cause drama. John was already hurt. The drama happened. You just didn't mind it because it wasn't Megan's kid. Silence again. My mom tried a softer angle. You could have just talked to Megan. I did, I said. She said it would motivate him. My mom didn't defend that. She couldn't. So she pivoted to the real lever. Just don't post it, she said. There it was. Not don't hurt Megan's kids. Not I'm sorry, John felt left out. Just don't make Megan look bad. I stared at the phone. Then I said, I'm going to post it. My mom's voice went sharp. Bonnie, I'm not arguing, I said. This is his night. And that's when I stopped trying to make them understand. I started documenting because I knew what was coming next. The rewriting, the minimizing, the that's not what happened, the you're sensitive. Receipts don't care about family narratives. Saturday came. John woke at 6:13 a.m., even though the party wasn't until 4. He trailed me through the kitchen while I packed extra napkins, checked allergy notes, and printed the theater waivers. At 4:32, we pulled into the parking lot. Kids poured in, parents herding them, backpacks bouncing. John's shoulders were tight until his friends yelled, John, bro, this is sick. No way your mom rented the whole thing. He smiled. Real, not careful. And my throat burned. Inside, the host handed us wristbands. A happy birthday. It's not his birthday, I said. It's just his night. She nodded like she understood. We took simple photos. No insults, no targets, just proof. John under the marquee with his name. John gripping a popcorn bucket bigger than his head. John in the best seat with kids who chose him. At 4:18, when the lights dimmed, I stepped into the hallway and posted 3 photos. Private movie night for John and his friends. 30 kids full theater because he deserves to feel included. No tag, no mention of Megan. Just the truth. My phone exploded. Megan, are you kidding me? Mom, call me. Aunt Monica, wow. I didn't answer. Megan called. I declined. Then Riley texted John. Why didn't you invite us? John stared at the screen a long time and typed flat. You didn't invite me. At 5:02, Megan showed up. She marched into the lobby with a forced smile and anger in her eyes. 2 kids behind her, confused and hopeful. Loud enough for the host to hear, she said, So this is what you're doing. I walked toward her slowly. Megan, this is a private event. You're not invited. You invited family, she hissed. I invited John's friends, I said, because he's the one you left out. Riley tugged her sleeve. Mom, why aren't we going in? This is petty, Megan snapped. It's a boundary, I said. You're posting to make me look bad. You did that when you told the internet some kids deserve treats and mine doesn't. The host stepped closer. Ma'am, is there a problem? Megan smiled brittle. No, we're family. I looked at the host. This person is not on the guest list. The host didn't hesitate. You'll need to leave the premises. Megan went red. Are you serious? Yes. Megan turned on me. You're humiliating my kids. Quietly, I said, you humiliated mine first. Riley started crying because she was being told no. Megan grabbed her kids and announced loudly, Fine, we'll go since apparently we're not good enough. People stared. The host held her ground. Megan stormed out. My phone kept buzzing. Mom, you embarrassed Megan. Dad, unnecessary. Megan, you're dead to me. I didn't respond. I opened the family group chat and typed one line. John will not attend any event where he's excluded or treated like an afterthought. If that's a problem, we won't be attending at all. Then I turned my phone off. Access to me isn't a family right. The next morning, John ate cereal and hummed. Can we do that again sometime? Not for $3 400 inches, I said. And he laughed. Real. He texted his friends like it was normal, like he belonged. Our house felt steadier. Monday, Megan tried the apology gift combo. Movie candy, a theme park t-shirt, and a note. No hard feelings, let's move on. No apology. No John. I drove it back and left it on her porch. No note. Mom tried guilt. I don't like how this feels. I don't either, I said. But I liked how John felt being excluded even less. Megan's kids are upset. So is John. You could have handled it privately. She handled it publicly first. Dad texted, "You're dividing the family." No, I replied. Megan did. I'm just not letting John pay for it. A week later, Cousin's Day at a trampoline place. We were forgotten again, covered by a chirpy excuse. I answered, we won't be attending, and felt relief. John didn't ask what did I do. He shrugged at the photos. That's their thing. Then asked if Dylan could come over. Boundaries don't fix other people. They fix your side of the street. When my sister texted, "We're family. Don't do this forever," I replied, "It's not my problem anymore." I closed that door. If you ask me, so what's the moral of the story, I'll tell you. Silence is not peace, it's permission. When someone repeatedly hurts the people you love, staying quiet teaches everyone involved that it's acceptable. You don't owe toxic family members unlimited access to you or your child. Blood doesn't justify cruelty. Love doesn't require you to shrink. Protect your child loud enough that they never have to wonder if they're worth protecting. Boundaries aren't revenge. They're self-respect in action. You don't need anyone's approval to hold them. And the most important thing, your child is watching how you respond to their pain. Show them what they deserve by demanding it. Stop waiting for people to change. Build the life your child deserves right now with people who genuinely choose them. Because a child who feels excluded at home carries that wound for decades. But a child who watches their parent fight for them quietly, firmly, without apology, learns that they matter.